Great.
Yeah, I guess I'll just put it up right here.
Put it here. All right. For the in-cab inspection, the in-cab inspection is going to begin with your vehicle off. You're going to use 3 points of contact to get into the vehicle. After you sit down, you're going to start going over your emergency equipment. Your first bit of emergency equipment is going to be your fire extinguisher. You do not have to pick it up. My fire extinguisher is properly secured in its holster. It is fully charged and has the safety pin in it, so it will not accidentally discharge. From there, my seat belt properly locks into place. It retracts and it is not cut, frayed, torn, or ripped. I have 3 emergency triangles that are properly secured. They are not cracked, bent, or broken, and they have the reflective material. And if this were my truck, I would keep my spare fuses and bulbs in the storage container up top overhead. Excuse me. All right. From there, I start left and work my way right. I have my mirror. My mirror is properly secured. It is not cracked, bent, or broken. There are no illegal stickers and is properly adjusted to me, the driver. My windshield as a whole, properly secured, not cracked, bent, broken, free of illegal stickers. My secondary mirror or my passenger mirror, properly secured, not cracked, bent, or broken, free of illegal stickers, and properly adjusted to me, the driver. All right. My steering wheel, I have no more than 2 inches of play in a 20-inch wheel. Okay. I am now going to cycle my gauges on. My gauges go to the max, they go to the minimum. My ABS and DEF light come on and go off. I'll reset the truck so you can see it. All right, so keep your phone back up here. All right. So my ABS and DEF light come on and go off. This ABS light is malfunctioning, so it is staying on. All right. From there, I can do my left indicator works. All right. My right indicator works. My high beam indicator works. My 4-way flasher indicators work. All right. Now I can turn the truck on. Within 3 to 5 seconds, my oil pressure will rise to the proper operating level. My water temperature will rise as the engine heats, and I will build between 120 and 140 psi in my air tanks. My voltmeter, if it does not pop up, I'm going to cycle using the minus sign on my steering wheel until I see a picture of a battery, and I have between 12 and 14 volts. My city horn works. My highway horn works. All right. My windshield wipers, I'm not going to turn them on because I am out of fluid, but if I press in on my left stick, my windshield wipers do work, and if I had fluid in there, my fluid will work as well. My windshield wipers are properly secured. They are not cracked, bent, broken, or missing. From there, I'm going to come over to here. I'm going to go to the defrost and foot vent. I'm going to go to the max. I'm going to reach my hand over the dash. I'm going to say I feel the air blowing against my glass. This vent is working. And I feel the air blowing against my feet. That vent is working. And I can go back to my AC. All right. I am now going into my brake checks. All right. For my brake checks, I understand everybody is standing. I am not going to move the truck heavy, so just kind of brace yourself a little bit. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to disengage the parking brake, which means I am testing my trailer brake. I'm going to go to drive, and I'm going to tug against the brake. My brakes work. I come off the accelerator, go back to neutral, pull the yellow, and push the red. I'm then going to go back to drive and do the same thing. I'm going to tug against the brakes. The brakes work. I'm going to come off, go back to neutral, push in both of my brakes. I am now testing my service brake. For my service brake, I'm going to go back to drive. I'm going to drive the vehicle forward 5 miles an hour. I'm not actually going to do it because people are standing. All right. When I hit 5 miles an hour using only my foot brake, I'm going to come to a stop. I'm going to say my wheel did not pull left, it did not pull right, and I did not have any weird vibrations in my steering wheel. I am then going to go back to neutral, and I'm going to build up my air. I want to build my air between 120 and 140 psi. Once my air is built, I'm going to turn the truck off and the gauges on. My gauges are going to go to the max. They're going to go to the minimum. All right, and my air is going to read. I am then going to take my phone. I'm going to go to my timer. I'm going to set a timer for 1 minute. All right. I'm going to put my foot on the brake and apply pressure. My gauges are going to drop. Once my gauges settle, so right now, I'm going to start my timer for 1 minute. I'm keeping my foot on the brake for this whole minute. I am not moving my foot. I'm looking for a 4 psi drop in my gauges. Any movement in the needle constitutes a 4 psi drop. If your gauges move while you are doing your exam, come off the brake and inform the examiner that you did lose more than 4 psi and ask him how he would like you to proceed. All right, so we have 30 seconds left. I would look at the examiner and go, Mr. Examiner, I did not lose more than 4 psi in 60 seconds. I am now going to test my low air alarm by fanning the brakes, and my low air alarm should pop on before 55 psi. My low air alarm is on. It did come on before 55 psi, which means my low air alarm is properly working. And this time, Mr. Examiner, I'm going to fan my brakes until my buttons pop out, and they should pop out between 20 and 40 psi. Remember, I'm watching the buttons now, not my gauges. Both of my buttons have popped out, and Mr. Examiner, they did pop out between 20 and 40 psi, which means my emergency braking system is working. I'm going to start the truck back up to build up air. I'm going to look at the examiner and say, Mr. Examiner, would you mind stepping out of the truck to test or checking the functions of my lights? When he steps out of the truck, you're going to roll your window down. You're going to look at him, you make eye contact, you're going to go left-hand turn signal. So you go left-hand turn signal, okay. Right-hand turn signal. Right-hand turn signal, okay. High beams, okay. Low beams, okay. Four-way flashers, okay. Brake lights, okay. That is the end